Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Independent out of the UK written by Ella Pickover. Now this was published on October 10th and it just goes to show the ignorance and stupidity of the legacy media. Shunning alcohol becomes mainstream among young people as a third are now teetotal, new study finds. Slight problem. They're not teetotal. They're just doing other substances. They're smoking weed. They're doing designer drugs. They're not going to do alcohol because they think alcohol is so bad for them, but they'll fucking pop, you know, Molly and go for a roll. They'll fucking do all these other drugs. See, alcohol these days, it's nothing to them. They'd rather be fucking smoking weed or snorting coke or shooting heroin or fucking taking Molly and rolling or something like that to try to claim that they're teetotalers. Okay? And imply that they're straight edge is a fucking joke. Risky behavior such as binge drinking may be becoming less normalized, says Dr. Linda Ingfat. Well, sorry, Linda Ingfat, but you're fucking wrong, and the Independent should have been calling this shit out. A large proportion of young people are shunning alcohol completely, according to a new study. Yeah, because they're smoking weed and doing other drugs. Researchers said that abstaining from alcohol was becoming more mainstream among people in England aged 16 to 24 after the study showed a rise in non-drinkers. Again, because they're fucking smoking weed at 16 to 24. They're not drinking alcohol. Why would you go and buy alcohol when it's easier for you to get a bag of fucking weed? Huh. The new research published in the journal BMC Public Health found that more than a quarter of youngsters class themselves as non-drinkers. Yes, because they're not drinking, they're fucking smoking weed and doing other fucking drugs. So of course they're non-drinkers. If they're not touching alcohol, they're not a drinker. Did you ask them if when they said, "Oh, we're not drinkers"? Did you ask them if they were fucking pot smokers or if they fucking took like designer drugs or ecstasy or anything like that? Probably not. See, but you're trying to pat yourselves on the back and go, "Oh, look at this. We changed the youth from being drinkers." Oh, so what if they're fucking shooting heroin or snorting it? So what if they're fucking doing fentanyl? They're not drinking. You think they're going straight edge? You're fucking idiots. Researchers from the University College London said that the norms around alcohol drinking appeared to be changing. Yes, because other drugs with youth have been normalized. Holy fucking shit. They studied data from the annual health survey for England and found that the proportion of 16 to 24-year-olds who do not drink alcohol has increased from 18% in 2005 to 29% in 2015. Still not great numbers. I mean, you still got the other 70%, number one. Number two, they're doing other drugs. Fucking retarded moment. You people are morons. Meanwhile, the proportion of lifetime abstainers rose from 9% in 2005 to 17% a decade later. Okay, so now you're talking lifetime abstainers. Are you talking kids or are you talking adults? And even if that was the case, again, drugs like, pot and designer drugs and especially the designer drugs these days for whatever reason. But then ecstasy and cocaine and heroin have become way more mainstream these days. Why would you go and get your drink on when you want to get all fucked up when you could go fucking do a bump of fucking heroin or a bump of fucking coke? Or do a bump of fucking fentanyl? I mean, this is fucking hilarious. They're actually trying to portray this as like a gain here. I would put money they did not ask if they did other drugs. The study also appeared to show that fewer youngsters were drinking harmful amounts because of doing other drugs. In 2005, 2 and 5, 43% admitted drinking above the recommended limits, but this fell to just 28% 10 years later. Okay. Binge drinking rates also decreased from 27% in 2005 to 18% in 2015. What about binge smoking? What about doing fucking bong rip after bong rip after bong rip after bong rip? I'm sure that increased. I'd put money on it. I mean, this is fucking funny. They are literally trying to make it sound like the British youth are going straight edge. That's some funny fucking shit. But the increased rates in non-drinking were not observed among smokers, ethnic minorities, and those with poor mental health, according to the study, which analyzed data on almost 10,000 young people. So, smokers will drink. Okay. What they're calling ethnic minorities, which is probably your truck drivers of peace, supposedly diehard religious, types that they shouldn't be drinking alcohol in the first place because it goes against their religion. And those with poor mental health. Are we talking like the inbred Packies, or are we talking what exactly are you calling poor mental health? Because you have a lot of mental health issues in the Pakistani community in the UK because of inbreeding. I mean, that's just a fact. I'm not trying to knock them for fucking their cousin and their sister and their aunts and all that other shit, popping out babies doing it. But, or are you talking simpleton, typical white English? What are you talking about there? I mean, because you could have crossover with ethnic minorities and the mental health and everything else. How many of those 10,000 young people are doing other drugs? That would be a good thing to find out, wouldn't it? Increases in non-drinking among young people were found across a broad range of groups, including those living in northern or southern regions of England, among the white population, those in full-time education, in employment, and across all social classes and healthier groups. Dr. Linda Ng Fatt, lead author of the study. Okay. In your study, Linda, wouldn't it be Ng Fatt, Linda? Because I believe you're Vietnamese looking at the name there. Wouldn't it be a good thing to see if they didn't do any other recreational substances? Just to me, that would make sense. That the increase in non-drinking was found across many different groups suggests that non-drinking may become more mainstream among the young people, which could be caused by cultural factors. Or it could be caused by the fact that they've got access to other drugs. This is coming from someone who fucking inhaled, unlike Bill Clinton. Holy shit. It's not the fact that they're shunning alcohol. It's the fact that they've got better shit to fucking get fucked up with. She added, the increase in young people who choose not to drink alcohol suggests that this behavior may be becoming more acceptable, whereas risky behavior such as binge drinking may be becoming less normalized. No, they're just doing different drugs, you stupid bitch. This is what I love about academia. They're trying to make alcohol sound like it's evil and all this other stuff. And here they are with doing that, ignoring probably the largest contributing factor to the decrease of alcohol consumption with young people or people in general, is the fact that other drugs are available and have become more mainstream. Look at pot these days. Look at, cannabis. It's become, to an extent, more mainstream than fucking alcohol in a lot of places. You don't have alcohol fucking tourism like you do cannabis tourism in the United States, for example. Yeah, some people go down, check out whiskey distilleries and shit like that. And you have some people doing that. But they go and do other things besides that while they're down there, to a large extent. These cannabis vacations, all people are doing is flying to go smoke large quantities of fucking weed. They might go and do something else. But the whole time they're there, the plan is to fucking smoke from the moment they wake up till the moment they pass out at night. Because of how acceptable it's become. I'm going to say that there's no difference with the acceptability changing on the note of pot, cannabis, however you want to call it, in Europe. In the UK in particular. So I'm sure that a lot of people who are smoking weed, or a lot of kids that are smoking weed, are doing that instead of drinking alcohol. But anyway, I just had to get into this article because I'm reading this and they're going, oh, teetotalers, straight edge. I'm surprised they didn't actually say that the kids were becoming straight edge. Because maybe they can justify teetotal because they can say, oh, well, that's generally looked at with alcohol, which it isn't these days. And it's not even a term that people generally use. But yeah, I just had to get into this because, like I said, they're trying to portray this as a situation where kids are becoming straight edge. And it's nothing to do with that. They've got better drugs or easier access to different drugs. But, yeah. So anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.